Welcome back to the channel. You already know it's your boy Moose Talks Hoops. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't one of them. Yes, sir. That boy Moose is on the loose. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button and share the video so we can talk some hoops. And how embarrassing is this? Almost 20 years ago, Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K from Duke, turned down a big, huge offer to become the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and now head coach of the UCONN Huskies, back-to-back national champion Dan Hurley, holds a press conference in UConn at the facility with his entire family to tell the Lakers he is turning down their 6-year, $70 million contract offer to become their next head coach. And if Rob Pelinka does not get fired after a debacle like this, it lets me know that he's just a puppet for Jeanie Buss. Smash that like button and share the video. What up, chat? Salute to everybody, man. Shout out to the chat. I got the realest chat on YouTube, man. It ain't many of us, but less is more, so there's plenty of us. I appreciate all you guys as well wishes while I was away taking care of some business the past few days. And, man, this is embarrassing for the Los Angeles Lakers. As you guys know, Wednesday, Thursday, Adrian Wojnarowski came out and threw a curveball into the entire Lakers head coaching search, letting the world know that they was after Dan Hurley, the much accomplished, hottest coach, pause, no diddy, on the market. The best coach on the market, Dan Hurley. The Lakers were going after him. Rumors were they were going to throw a bunch of money, bunch of years, basically hand over the team to him, and he turned around. And after I did some research, it didn't surprise me. He turned around and declined the offer and basically used the Los Angeles Lakers, y'all, to secure a big deal with the UConn Huskies to make him one of the highest paid college head coaches. Smash that like button and share the video, man. Let me get some shout outs out the way, man. Salute to my guys. Go James. What up, bro? Hell yeah. It looks like we circling back to JJ Redick. Here we go is right. Instinct Entertainment. What up, bro? Julian Pratt. What up, bro? Exotic, I see you. This is crazy. Tay, what up? I see you in here, man. This is crazy. Iron Man 32. What up, bro? This is crazy. A well-known Celtics fan turning down the Lakers head coaching job. You should have seen that coming from a mile away. And after I did some research, I knew how this was going to end up. And the Lakers are going to have to circle back to JJ Redick. The Cleveland Cavaliers are probably going to make James Borrego their guy. So it's not like he's going to be an assistant on JJ Redick's staff. And now JJ Redick's words hold true when he said, wait until after the NBA Finals. Now that makes me think the Lakers used Dan Hurley and Dan Hurley used the Los Angeles Lakers. Dan Hurley used the Lakers to get what he wanted from UConn. He wanted to be one of the top head coaches, highest paid head coaches in college basketball. He got a top 5 team coming back. They're on the verge and possibly could be the first team since John Wooden's UCLA team to win 3 back-to-back-to-back NCAA titles. Dan Hurley really wasn't going to go anywhere. And now the Lakers and JJ Redick can circle back. Rob Pelinka can hire JJ Redick. Jeanie Buss can hire JJ Redick, which they already wanted to do. And it will soften the blow of hiring JJ Redick because now what are their options? What are their options? You will never see a team go without a head coach damn near 2 weeks away from an NBA draft. What team is going to be without a head coach almost 2 weeks away from an NBA draft where you want to have a head coach way before you draft a player so you know what kind of player the coach wants, so you know what type of system that player you'll be drafting will be going to, unless you already know who your head coach is going to be. And I think this thing was kicked up by Woj and his relationship with Dan Hurley and trying to use the Lakers to get a fat contract from UConn. And the Lakers didn't mind Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka because during the time of the NBA Finals, they're trying to take the eyes off of JJ Redick because everybody's been slandering the idea of the Lakers hiring JJ Redick fresh off an ESPN broadcast. This is ridiculous. And it's a joke, and it makes the Lakers look like a joke. It honestly does. This honestly makes the Lakers look like a complete joke, a complete train wreck. In Exotic, I know AD is not on board with JJ Redick. Clutch Sports has made it known for a while they're not on board with JJ Redick. And this is why I don't put this JJ Redick stuff on LeBron James. This is directly coming from Jeanie Buss, and I keep telling you guys. And as long as Rob Pelinka is on the job and he doesn't get fired within the next 6 to 8 hours, then that shows you Rob Pelinka is just a figurehead, a puppet for Jeanie Buss. And Tay, LeBron James did not just get Darvin Ham fired. Anthony Davis got Darvin Ham fired. Rui Hachimura got Darvin Ham fired. D'Angelo Russell got Darvin Ham fired. Austin Reaves got Darvin Ham fired. Your entire starting five was calling for the firing of Darvin Ham. And the nail in the coffin, after the ownership group, after Lakers sources came out and said they're going to keep Darvin Ham for another year, the nail in the coffin is when Anthony Davis came out on the podium after Game 2 in Denver and said we didn't know what we were doing on the offensive end and the defensive end, and we weren't prepared. When the Lakers fired Darvin Ham, they notated his lack of preparation. And it wasn't just the thing that came from LeBron or AD. This was coming from the role players too. And here you are. We are on June 10th. We are on June 10th, ladies and gentlemen. June 10th. June 10th. The draft. The draft is on June 26th and June 27th. That is 16 days away. That is just a couple of days over 2 weeks. And you mean to tell me you don't have no coach? No coach? None? That tells me it was JJ Redick all along. And now Jeanie Buss and her thirsty cougar friend, Linda Rambis, is going to get what they already wanted. JJ Redick to look the part of a head coach. You remember when all those leaks was coming out from the Lakers camp that JJ Redick was the next Pat Riley? You remember that? That didn't come from Clutch Sports. That didn't come from JJ Redick. That came from Jeanie Buss now. It's an ish show, man. And it sends a shocking message to the NBA, letting the basketball world know that the Lakers are an embarrassment of an organization. And you know what? This is karma. This is karma. This is karma. Salute to Arthur Johnson with the $2 super chat. He says this was a leverage play. He used us. He definitely did. And Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka did not mind Dan Hurley using them, because they used him to soften the blow, to circle back to JJ Redick, and eventually hire him. It's a clown show. And this is the karma that my Lakers, unfortunately, deserve. Because in 2019, the summer of 2019, on Ty Lue's birthday, you faked like you guys was going to hire Ty Lue, but because you were worried about the media perception and you didn't want to look like LeBron was forcing you to hire a LeBron guy in Ty Lue, you shortchanged him with years, and you tried to pick that man's staff. You tried to pick a championship coach's staff. An embarrassment. And Ty Lue was forced to turn down that job after they embarrassed him on his birthday, when the man thought he had the job and look at the screen, celebrated his birthday with a Los Angeles Lakers cake. This is karma, all right? This is karma for when you were afraid of media backlash of making Jason Kidd your head coach. So you hired him as an associate head coach and placed him right beside Frank Vogel. And what happened? The Lakers won a championship, and they ain't looked the same since Jason Kidd walked out that door. When guys like Jared Dudley retired and begged the Lakers to stay on the team as an assistant, because he was a guy that can hold AD and LeBron James accountable, they let him walk. Where's Jason Kidd and Jared Dudley at right now? In the NBA Finals. In the NBA Finals. This is karma. This is karma for firing Frank Vogel and not letting him know, and letting Frank Vogel come off the court on the final game of their season, walk up to the podium for the post-game press conference, and the reporters tell Frank Vogel, hey, do you know that you've been fired? This is karma for all that. This is karma for all that. And it's all coming back to bite him with Dan Hurley throwing a damn near a whole parade to let the world know that he's turning down the Lakers' job. And as soon as he met with them Friday and news just got quiet, you see how all the leaks became quiet after that supposed meeting on Friday, and he flew back to the East Coast? You should have known it then. You should have known it then. You should have known it then. And Dan Hurley knew he was never going to be the Lakers head coach. He knew it. He just wanted to entertain the offer because he has his eyes set on the NBA. But he's hoping another job opens up. He's hoping a job like the New York Knicks open up. Come on. And then you offer this guy 6 years, $70 million? Hell, Ty Lue just got 5 years, $70 million. Embarrassing. 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 Y'all smash that like button and share the video. You're absolutely right. It's a circus. It's a circus. Because what head coach is going to now come into the Lakers situation? We're 16 days away from the NBA draft. The Lakers do not have a head coach. Who's going to be making this selection? Rob Pelinka? Joey Buss? Who's making a decision on what players get drafted? Who makes a decision on if you're going to trade the pick, keep the pick? Who makes the decision on what player you want? What system is this player going to fit? You don't know that because you don't have a head coach. You don't know that because you don't have a head coach. And this is karma for the way you did Ty Lue in 2019. This is karma for the way you did Jay Kidd in 2019. And this is karma for what you did to Frank Vogel at the end of the 2021 season when he had to find out by reporters that he'd been fired. It's crazy. You're this deep into your offseason without a head coach. Without a head coach. And I told you guys on Thursday, I think it was. Thursday or Wednesday, I told you guys. The Lakers are going to end up having egg on their face. Rob Pelinka is going to end up having egg on his face. Jeanie Buss is going to end up having egg on their face. And here we are. Here we are. Here we are. And now they're going to make it seem like it's a last-ditch effort. We have nobody left to pick from. We have no pool of coaches to pick from, so we have to select JJ Redick. We have to select JJ Redick. And now the real housewives of Hollywood, Jeanie Buss, Linda Rambis, get what they want in JJ Redick. And they could give JJ Redick a 3-year deal, give him maybe $4 million a year. Because we already know the Lakers don't like to pay coaches. We already know the Lakers don't like to pay coaches. And with this contract offer, that shows us that you think Dan Hurley's a better coach than Ty Lue. You think Dan Hurley's a better coach than 90% of NBA coaches, and he still turned you down. And he still turned you down. And if LeBron James didn't decide to take his talents to Hollywood in 2018, where the hell would this franchise be? Let's keep it honest. Before LeBron James magically appeared on the Lakers' front doorstep, where were the Lakers at? They were getting turned down by LaMarcus Aldridge in free agent meetings. Hell, look at the way the great Kobe Bryant finished his career. We didn't get to see Kobe Bryant finish his career in the playoffs. No, we watched Kobe Bryant on his last legs play the last game of the season in 2016 with a bunch of scrubs and go for 60. I'm telling you, this organization has been in shambles since Dr. Jerry Buss passed away. And think about it. Think about it. If they didn't have Kobe at the end of his career, if LeBron James doesn't magically appear on their doorstep, where would this Lakers franchise be? And you see how Rob Pelinka ain't lose his job after this news came out? That lets you know he's just a Jeanie Buss puppet head. Tate says we had D'Lo, Julius, Brandon Ingram. Where is they at? You seen the fallout with D'Lo. You see New Orleans is trying to get rid of Brandon Ingram now. Julius Randle is up for trade in New York. It's crazy. Salute to my guy Duverson with the $5 super chat. He says, what up, Moose? You think if Braun wasn't on the Lakers, that I'm assuming you're talking about Dan Hurley, would have accepted the coaching job? I think that has something to do with it. I don't think whether LeBron's on the team or not, he would have accepted the coaching job, man. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Salute, my guy. Appreciate that you up in here today, man. Smash that like button and share the video. Regardless, Dan Hurley was not taking that job. And I think he used the Lakers for his own gain. Dan Hurley is a big Celtics fan, a big East Coast guy, Northeast guy. Great Northeast basketball family, the Hurley family. His father, Bob Hurley, has a position there with the basketball program in UConn. He has a top 5 team returning. He has a chance to become a 3-time back-to-back-to-back NCAA champion. And he's practically going to get damn near close to or the same amount of money that the Lakers offered him. So I don't think he was ever going to take this job. It was just a ploy to put pressure on UConn, who's been having financial issues in their program, pay him because he never really wanted to leave. He never really wanted to leave. He never really wanted to leave. And the Lakers put it out there, and Woj put it out there that it's been Danny Hurley from the jump. Guys, we're 2 weeks away from the NBA draft. Do you really believe it was Danny Hurley from the jump and we just found out a few days ago? And Woj just found out a few days ago? Woj and Dan Hurley are close. That's been Woj's source this entire time. He's been talking to Dan Hurley. When all this time we were hearing about JJ Redick, why wasn't Woj coming out and saying, "Hey, Danny Hurley's is the front runner for the Lakers job"? No, because Danny Hurley didn't tell him until the Lakers contacted him this week. Danny Hurley contacted Woj this past week and said, "Hey, you know what? The Lakers just contacted me. I'm gonna see what their offer is. I fly in on Friday. I'm gonna sit down with them and we're gonna meet." That's why nobody knew about this Danny Hurley thing but Woj. Because Woj and Dan Hurley are close. So everything Woj was saying about this situation was directly coming from Dan Hurley. Directly. And now Rob Pelinka, Jeanie Buss, y'all got egg on y'all face. You did all that twerking, all that fake twerking for Dan Hurley, just to circle back and wait for the finals to be over. And that could come as soon as Friday with the way the Dallas Mavericks have been playing in the finals. And you guys could go after the guy you really want, the guy you won't get much backlash for, JJ Redick. JJ Redick. And if I'm Anthony Davis, right, I don't know what LeBron's going to do. LeBron just might walk out the door. But I'm not even concerned with that right now. It's Anthony Davis I'm concerned with. It's Anthony Davis I'm concerned with. Because Anthony Davis, he's going to go to the front office and say, "I want to trade up out of here." For real. And I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way, Anthony Davis, if not this year, but next year, ends up on the New York Knicks. Because I fail to believe that Rich Paul and Leon Rose, president of the Knicks, buried their 13-year beef for nothing. For nothing. I don't believe Rich Paul and Leon Rose buried their beef for nothing, y'all. And while everybody earlier this year, when the Lakers were in New York playing the Knicks, was celebrating and thinking LeBron James is going to go to the Knicks, it's going to be Anthony Davis, the one that ends up on the New York Knicks. Keep an eye out for that. Y'all smash that like button and share the video. Come on now, get them likes up, man. Get them likes up, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's going to even look way more funnier. It's going to look way more funnier if LeBron James opts out and signs elsewhere. Because then the truth will be revealed about who's really behind this JJ Redick storm. If LeBron James opts out and signs somewhere else, if LeBron James opts out and signs somewhere else, it will be revealed who was behind this JJ Redick thing from the start. From the start. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. You've never seen Rich Paul this adamant about LeBron James not having any involvement in the coaching search. And no matter how many times guys like y'all trolls and guys like Stephen A. Smith said that, you had Adrian Wojnarowski looking Stephen A. Smith in the eye and telling him, Stephen A., I know you run with these agendas. I know you run with these narratives, but LeBron James has nothing to do with the Lakers head coaching search. Stephen A. Smith he couldn't call Woj a liar. There's a reason LeBron James is that adamant about not being involved in the coaching hire, because he knows what Jeanie Buss wants to do. There's a reason all these reports came out over the past few days that Anthony Davis doesn't want absolutely nothing to do with JJ Redick as the head coach. There's a reason for that, y'all. But keep listening to these shock jocks on YouTube. Keep listening to guys that know nothing like Stephen A. Smith. I showed you guys the proof on Twitter, where the people that are close to LeBron James are telling you, we up out of here if JJ Redick gets that job. Like, come on now. Come on now. Do I got to refer back to this? Do I got to refer back to this? And this was the tweet that came directly after Shams Charania broke this news. Come on now. I'm telling you, it's going to be real, real, ugly. Real ugly within the next 2 weeks. Believe me. It's going to get real ugly within the next few weeks, y'all. I'm telling you. And that Adrian Wojnarowski tweet is going to bang like hell when it comes out that Anthony Davis wants to request a trade from the Los Angeles Lakers, and he has the New York Knicks at the top of his list. Smash that like button and share the video. Salute to my guy 2 Cents in a place to be today, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Big Kev, what up, bro? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Miss Terry, I see you. How you doing? Man, it's ugly in Lakerland, bro. It's ugly, bro. It's ugly. And it's ugly because of the front office. The Real Housewives of Hollywood with Jeanie Buss and Linda Rambis. You got Kurt Rambis with Phil Jackson riding on his back, pause, no Diddy. And you got Rob Pelinka, the mouthpiece for that entire conglomerate. For that entire conglomerate. For real. And you guys just look embarrassing as an organization. Embarrassing. Embarrassing as an organization. None. You have no basketball people. You have no basketball ops people in that front office. Nobody that people around the league respect. Nobody that coaches respect. You got Jeanie Buss that doesn't know ish about basketball. Linda Rambis that doesn't know ish about basketball. Kurt Rambis that thinks he's just some type of ghost coach and wants to be in coaches' meetings and want to tell the coach what plays to play, what plays to run, who to play, who to not play. Phil Jackson up there muddying the waters. And Rob Pelinka, some type of Hollywood actor that just says whatever Jeanie Buss tells him to say and does whatever Jeanie Buss tells him to do. Of course they did, Big Kev. Dan Hurley and Adrian Wojnarowski are friends. And that's why I say Dan Hurley wasn't the guy from the jump. Dan Hurley became the guy as soon as Adrian Wojnarowski reported it. Because Dan Hurley directly reached out to Woj. Danny Hurley was never going to take this job. After the research I did over the weekend, Danny Hurley was never going to take this job, man. He was never leaving the East Coast. Rabid Celtic fan. Was never going to live in LA. Was never going to live in LA. He's been working on a contract extension with UConn since they won the national championship. Since they won the national championship, he's been working on a contract extension with UConn. There was word that there was some financial issues with their basketball program. You got a top 5 team coming back. All this Lakers nonsense, all these Lakers rumors, all it did was force UConn to give Dan Hurley the money he wanted. Dan Hurley just wanted UConn to give him the money you want. He flirted with the Lakers so that his boo could do what he wanted her to do. That's all that was. That's all that was. That's all that was. It was just a hot date. That's all that was. That's all that was. It was just a hot date. You know what I mean? It's like that show back in the day, Change Your Heart. When you come on there with your girl, y'all having rocky period, this. They set you up on 3 dates. And at the end, you got to flip the sign. Is we going to stay together or do I have a change of heart? That's all that was with Dan Hurley and UConn. You know what I mean? The Lakers sent the private jet out there. He flew out to LA for the meeting, got to kick it out in LA for a Friday night. That's all that was. He got wined and dined. You know what I mean? And he made his girl jealous. Jealous enough that UConn was going to pay and do whatever Danny Hurley wanted for him to stay. Because that's what he really wanted anyways. And even though Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka were in on it, all this does is make them look disgustingly weak, embarrassing, a show of an organization, if I could say one. For real. Salute to my brother A-Son. You know I ain't capping, bro. You know I ain't capping, bro. That's all it was. That's all it was. Y'all want Bron to be in on it so bad, bro. Y'all want Bron to be involved somehow so bad, bro. Y'all a bunch of Stephen A. Smith and YouTube shock jock minions. LeBron don't care because LeBron might not even be there. And it ain't even about the coach why LeBron James might not even be there. It's because Anthony Davis might not even be there. Because Anthony Davis, believe it or not, is close to asking out of LA, bro. Anthony Davis is close to asking out of LA, bro. Believe me. And you got guys in the comments that wouldn't be able to do a right to left crossover telling you LeBron James and Anthony Davis are uncoachable. Uncoachable. That's what they say. But you got everybody and their mama, Adrian Wojnarowski, who's been on top of this thing since last week. You got everybody telling you LeBron James is not a part of this. But I'm supposed to believe a YouTube troll. I'm supposed to believe a YouTube troll that has no factual proof, that has no factual source. You want me to believe a YouTube user over Adrian Wojnarowski? You want me to believe Stephen A. Smith, who continues to say this, even after Adrian Wojnarowski looked him in the eye and told him that's not the case. And told Stephen A. Smith, stop running with that narrative. It's just not true. It's crazy. It really is. And salute to my guy E with the $10 cash app, man, supporting the channel, man. Appreciate you, fam. It's crazy. Salute to you, Spaz. I'm good, bro. I can't complain, bro. I'm good. I'm blessed, man. All is well with me, man. I can't complain. And the Los Angeles Lakers, man, they're looking like the laughing stocks of the NBA today. How many coaches did the Lakers get paid this year? You got Ty Lue paid right after you fired Darvin Ham, and his name was attached to the job. The Clippers came out that same day and said they was going to sign Ty Lue to an extension. For real. And when you got when you got non-basketball people running a basketball organization, things like this happen, bro. Things like this happen. For real. I wasn't shocked, Miss Hurley. Miss Terry, I wasn't shocked. I'm sorry. Terry, I wasn't shocked when he turned down the job. When Dan Hurley turned down this job, I knew he was going to turn down the job. I knew it Friday night. When that meeting happened and everything became quiet after that meeting, and he showed up in New York at a Billy Joel concert, I knew then. I was like, oh yeah, he just went out there to see what they was talking about, flirted with them for a little bit. He ain't taking a job. Hell, the Lakers got Mike Brown paid this year. You absolutely right, 2 cents. The Kings were about to get rid of Mike Brown. James Borrego's going to get a job with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Mark my words. Danny Hurley is going to get the same type of money from UConn now that was originally not going to pay him, because I got to remind you guys, he's been working on a contract extension with UConn since they won the national championship for the 2nd year in a row. Since the end of March Madness, when he won the national championship, till now. And it took him flirting with the Lakers for UConn to pay that man. It's crazy. And Miss Terry, Jeannie's going to do what she wanted to do from the beginning. Her and her partner in crime, the Real Housewives of Hollywood, they going to circle back on JJ Redick, who they've been thirsting for. Those thirsty Cougars have had their eyes on JJ Redick from the jump. From the jump. From the jump. And if I'm LeBron James today, I'm testing free agency. If I'm Anthony Davis today, I'm calling Rich Paul and seeing if he could get me on the Knicks via trade. And if I'm the Lakers, you got to blow this thing up now. You got to blow this thing up. Because what makes you think you're going to have a successful offseason, right? That's with the draft. That's with the free agency. How are you going to have a successful offseason and we're 2 weeks away from draft night and you don't have a head coach? So with you not having a head coach, you don't have any assistant coaches. With you not having a head coach, you don't have a system. With you not having a system, how can you draft players to fit your system when you don't have a head coach and you don't have a system? Somebody please explain that to me. Please. Somebody smash the like button and share the video and explain that to me. You 2 weeks out from the NBA draft. What is your plan? You don't have a plan. And like I told you guys before, with the Real Housewives of Hollywood, with Jeanie Buss and Linda Rambis, they don't go off of plans. They go off of vibes and what looks good. What looks good in the headline. Exactly, 2 cents. An off season where you got the 17th pick, the 55th pick, an off season where you fired your head coach, an off season where LeBron James has an opt-out, an off season where Anthony Davis has some questions about the team, about the direction of the squad, an off season where you don't know what D'Angelo Russell is going to do, and you're 2 weeks away from the draft with no head coach. How can you make a draft selection? What if the guy you want to draft doesn't fit the play style of the coach you hired? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. It really is. Salute to my guy Philip Reinhart in the building, man. It was a bad start for the Lakers offseason once they finished the month of May without having a head coach hired. And I've been telling you guys, this organization is not about basketball decisions because there's nobody in that front office that knows anything about basketball decisions. Whether it's Rob Pelinka, whether it's Linda Rambis, whether it's Kurt Rambis, they don't know jack-ish. And everybody looked at Magic Johnson as a quitter. No, Magic Johnson seen the dysfunction, seen what Jeanie Buss was on, seen who was in her ear, seen who she was listening to. And Magic Johnson says, if the girl I consider my sister, me being Magic Johnson, she doesn't consider my word, but considers people that doesn't know ish about basketball's word, and she won't let me do the job she hired me to do, I'm too rich for this stuff. I got too much businesses. I got too much money. I got too much clout to be mixed up with what's going on here. And the Lakers really used Magic Johnson to get LeBron James here when they didn't even have to. LeBron James was coming here anyways. Magic Johnson wanted to fire Luke Walton. Everybody and their mama knew Luke Walton didn't know how to be a coach. Jeanie Buss wanted to hold on to Luke Walton for the same reason she wants to hire JJ Redick, off of looks and vibes. Nothing basketball related. Where the hell has Luke Walton been? Yeah, he got hired by the Sacramento Kings, but how did that work out? Has he been coaching ever since? Magic Johnson looked around and said, you know what? I'm too rich for this BS that's going on over here. You got Rob Pelinka trying to snake me. You got Jeanie Buss listening to Linda Rambis and Kurt Rambis, a guy that used to sit at the end of the bench on my team. And she thinks they know more basketball than me, Magic Johnson. Oh, I'm too rich for this. I'm out. I'm not going to be here. Magic was up at it. Didn't tell nobody, didn't want to tell nobody. And he shouldn't have had to. And he shouldn't have had to. Real talk. It's a mess. And it's embarrassing. And it's disgusting. And Laker fans, I'm gonna tell us something, right? We gotta get off of this high horse. Laker fans, I'm gonna tell us something. We gotta get off of this high horse. We gotta bury this ego of everybody else in the world, in the basketball world, would love to come to LA and be a part of the Lakers and this, and we don't need them, they need us. Because that's the attitude Jeanie Buss is operating off of. That's the same attitude Jeanie Buss is operating off of. Oh, these people need us. We don't need them. That's not the case in 2024. You need real basketball people making real basketball decisions. And like I said, if this was any other organization, Rob Pelinka would have been fired years ago. But because this is the Lakers and Rob Pelinka isn't really the one making the decisions, you can't fire somebody that is not making the decisions. And that's why Rob Pelinka still has his job, because he's just doing what he's been told to do. All Rob Pelinka is doing is what he's been told to do by the Real Housewives of Hollywood. And that's why he still has his job. And unless the fans turn the heat up, the Lakers are not going to fire him. They're not going to make him the fall guy. It's just like in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones. Jeanie Buss and the Lakers are the equivalent of what Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are. Jerry Jones be making the dumbest decisions, just be trying to make headline, worried about his pockets, worried about filling fans and stealing fans' money, is not worried about putting a product that's going to win on the field. For real. They think the world needs them and they don't need the world. The Dallas Cowboys and the Lakers are identical and have the same identical issues. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. It really is. And they burnt all their bridges. The scout team is trash. The film guys are trash. The infrastructure is old. I seen what the Lakers film room looked like. I seen pictures and videos of the Lakers film room. And I was like, this looks like a D2 film room. Their player development was trash. You lowball coaches. You want to pick their assistants for them. And look where you at today. Laker fans, we got to be real about this organization, man. Laker fans, we got to be real about this organization, man. For real. This ain't the Lake Show era. This ain't the Showtime era. And honestly, Gregory Brown, Jeanie Buss has too much ego for that. She has too much ego for that. She has too much ego to step down and let Joey and Jesse Buss run things. Those are the only ones that really care about winning basketball teams, winning basketball games in the Buss family. Is the younger Busses. For real. And Jeanie Buss comes from the marketing world. She comes from the business side. She don't come from the basketball side of things. She don't come from the winning game side of things. And she's so dumb and she's so stupid that she really didn't understand that by her posturing this Danny Hurley move, using Danny Hurley and allowing herself and the Laker brand to be used by Dan Hurley, she didn't know that she was the one that's gonna have egg on her face at the end of this. Hey son, they're rich, but they're cheap. Jeanie Buss is cheap. She's proven to be cheap because all she cares about is the bottom line financially. The Lakers are a mom and pop shop. The Lakers are a mom and pop shop. When have they ever not, since Jeanie Buss has been the head of this organization, when have they not disrespected coaches, lowballed them, acted like you need us, we don't need you? And salute to my guy Brandon Love Sports TV, but I already know he's gonna make this thing about LeBron James when it's really not. No matter what facts is presented to you guys. And I told you, Brandon, I told you, the Real Housewives of LA just want to circle back to JJ Redick. Take LeBron James off the team, put Wilt Chamberlain on the team. Dan Hurley was not coming. Put Shaq and Kobe on the Lakers. Dan Hurley was never coming, bro. This man is a rabid Celtics fan. He's been working on a contract extension that he didn't get from UConn since they won the national championship. He used the Lakers as a cheap date to get paid. He used the Lakers as a cheap date to get paid by UConn. Get flown out to LA, get put on a private jet, get wined and dined in Hollywood. That man don't give two damns about Hollywood. He's an East Coast guy. He got his dad, the legendary Bobby Hurley Sr., in the program at UConn. You got your kids out there, your wife out there. You got a top 5 team coming back with a chance to win 3 in a row. With a chance to win 3 in a row. With a great class coming in. Guys like Caravan coming back. The only NBA job Dan Hurley is going to take is either going to be the Celtics or the Knicks. If Danny Hurley ever coaches in the NBA, it's either going to be the Celtics or the Knicks. And whether LeBron stays or whether LeBron leaves, that's not going to change the dysfunction with the Real Housewives of Hollywood. I want to see what you guys are going to blame when LeBron James is not here on the Lakers. Who are you guys going to blame? When nobody wants to coach and nobody wants to play for the Lakers, what are you guys going to finally realize that there is a organizational issue? You got 2 drunk women running the Los Angeles Lakers. That is the real issue in LA, bro. And your guys' hatred for LeBron James blinds that fact. You have 2 drunk Hollywood housewives that don't have a clue what they're doing, and they think these people need the Lakers and we don't need these people. Jeanie Buss is the female version of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Exactly, 2 cents. Man, Dan Hurley wasn't going nowhere. For real. Give the organization to Joey and Jesse, man. Give the team to Joey and Jesse. It's disgusting. disgusting. They milked the latter years of Kobe Bryant and refused to put a team around him. Let's keep it real. I'm about to keep it real, man. I'm about to keep it real. I'm about to keep it real. She used Kobe Bryant and milked the remaining part of his career instead of putting a team around him where Kobe Bryant could at least retire being in the playoffs. They milked the ish out of Kobe in his final years. And all they cared about was jacking up ticket prices and selling Kobe Bryant jerseys. They didn't care about winning. They didn't care about winning. They didn't care about winning. And the organization was a mess. And we thought Jeanie Buss was going to save the organization when she took control from her brother Jim. We thought Jeanie was going to save the organization. She said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Laker Nation, we will be back. And you brought in Magic Johnson. And you used Kobe as an advisor. You brought in Rob Pelinka. And what happened? You guys were lucky enough that LeBron James in 2018 in the summer had no options other than to go to LA. And that's why everybody thought it was about Hollywood. It was about making movies. It was about money. LeBron James is done winning rings. He's done wanting to play basketball. He's going to LA just for business and Hollywood and lifestyle. Let's be honest. And Magic Johnson, who was hired as the president of basketball operations, he found out after he got the job that, oh no, this is just a title. I don't have the power to fire Luke Walton. Why? Because Jeanie Buss has a crush on Luke Walton. She hired him off of looks and vibes. How am I the president of basketball operations and I can't fire weak-ass Luke Walton? I'm out of here. I got too much money for this. And you got LeBron James and Jeanie Buss and all these people looking at Magic crazy, like, oh, he just walked out on us. He left us out to dry. You wouldn't let the man do his job. He got too much money, too much businesses, too much clout, too much of a rep to be involved in that kind of mess. You got Rob Pelinka trying to backdoor Magic Johnson. Jeanie Buss, isn't this your quote-unquote brother? The only reason Rob Pelinka still has a job is because he's not the guy making the decisions, man. It's all Jeanie Buss, Linda Rambis, the Real Housewives of Hollywood. And Kurt Rambis' goofy ass and the ghost of Phil Jackson. And Magic Johnson looked and said, hey, if you listening to these people, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I ain't gonna respect you enough to call you and tell you I'm out because you don't respect me enough to let your quote unquote brother do his job that you hired him to do. Magic Johnson was doing the Lakers and Jeanie Buss a favor by even accepting the job of being president of basketball operations. Magic Johnson was doing Jeanie Buss a favor when he took that job. And she played him. That's why I said this is all karma coming back to bite the Lakers. You didn't give Ty Lue 5 years in 2019 and embarrassed him with a 3-year deal. Didn't want him to hire his own coaches because you didn't want it to be looked at as a LeBron James hire. And when that fell through, you couldn't even get Monty Williams. And then you were scared of media backlash. Because of media backlash and what you thought the media was going to think, you were scared to make Jason Kidd your head coach. So you made him an assistant and hired Frank Vogel. And J. Kidd walked out that door to the Dallas job. Jared Dudley walked out with him after he told you guys y'all was going to need me in that locker room because I can hold guys accountable. And where are Jared Dudley and Jason Kidd at right now? They're back in Dallas getting ready for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. And I don't want to hear you people talking about, oh, LeBron James didn't have to come here. We shouldn't have traded the young guys for AD. Where are the young guys? Lonzo Ball hadn't played in damn near 2 to 3 years. The New Orleans Pelicans are looking for a way to ship Brandon Ingram. Julius Randle is trade bait for the New York Knicks. Kyle Kuzma is in Washington. What are we talking about here? Josh Hart is the only one who's exceeded expectations. And he's a role player. So when an organization is this dysfunctional, I don't want to hear you guys talking about get rid of LeBron, get rid of Anthony Davis. They're going to leave on their own. And the Lakers are going to be back, and Laker fans are going to be back forced to watch guys like Robert Sacre, Jordan Hill, Ryan Kelly, Xavier Henry, Kendall Marshall. We're going to be back cheering for a guy that played 20 years in the G League finally getting called up. Like Andre Ingram. That's gonna be the Lakers. That's gonna be life as a Lakers fan once again. That's gonna be life as a Laker fan once again. Because the foundation of this organization, the structure of this organization is trash and in shambles, bro. Is trash and in shambles, bro. And everybody in the NBA knows it. And now it's everybody in the NBA's turn to turn their head, point at the Lakers, and laugh. And laugh. And laugh. Believe me, Anthony Davis knows the Lakers are not serious about winning. And that's why he's on the verge of asking out. LeBron James knows the Lakers are not on the verge of winning. That's why he wants to stay out of all the decision making and all that stuff. Until Laker fans hold the real housewives of Hollywood accountable, Jeanie Buss, Linda Rambis, nothing is going to change. Nothing. Nothing is going to change unless you get basketball people to do basketball jobs. Nothing is going to change with this organization. Nah. The real housewives of Hollywood, they're not going to hire Becky Hammond. They're not going to hire a female coach. They want eye candy. Pause, no Diddy. They want a young white guy that looks good to them. That's what they want. That's what Jeanie Buss and Linda Rambis want. Why do you think they prop up Austin Reaves like he's some type of third star? Like Austin Reaves has some sort of hidden potential that he's going to be an all-star. Austin Reaves like 26 years old. This is the best it's going to get with Austin Reaves. At best, he's a sixth or seventh man on a championship team. Austin Reaves cannot be your third best player. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's real crazy. And I don't respect it at all. I don't respect it at all. Acting like Austin Reaves is underrated. This is the best it's going to get with Austin Reaves. He's nowhere near a prime Gordon Hayward. And that's a terrible plan, Nathan Wills. That's a terrible plan. Because when LeBron James is long gone, when Anthony Davis is long gone, who are Laker fans gonna blame? Who are Laker fans gonna blame? And I hope LeBron James leaves. And I hope Anthony Davis leaves. Because that's the only way this organization, this front office, this ownership group is going to be exposed for not knowing ish about basketball. For not knowing ish about basketball. For not knowing ish about basketball. And Laker fans, we the butt of the jokes today. We the butt of the jokes today. You thought while the Celtics were in the NBA Finals, a Celtic fan was going to take the Lakers' job and steal the thunder from the Celtics being in the finals? Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. You thought the Lakers were not going to get their karma for playing Ty Lue in 2019? Embarrassing Ty Lue in 2019 because they didn't want it to look like LeBron James was running the organization if they hired Ty Lue? So you disrespect Ty Lue by offering him 3 years and not 5? You disrespect Ty Lue by wanting to pick his coaches for him and not letting the championship head coach pick his own staff because you disrespected Ty Lue? You thought LeBron James got him that ring? And you disrespected Ty Lue's coaching acumen? You thought you weren't going to get your karma? Lakers, you thought you weren't going to get your karma for not hiring Jason Kidd as your head coach because you didn't want the media backlash that was going to come from it? Jared Dudley told you this would happen. Jeanie Buss, you didn't think you would get your karma for the way you fired Frank Vogel? You guys couldn't even tell him face to face or in a meeting. He had to find out by walking off the court and going to the podium for a post-game press conference, and he had to find out from the media that he had been fired. We at home knew Frank Vogel was fired before Frank Vogel knew he was fired. We at home knew Frank Vogel was fired before Frank Vogel knew he was fired. And Frank Vogel came off of that floor on game 82 of the 2021 season and sat on that podium, and he had 5 different reporters telling him he had just been fired. You didn't think you was going to get your karma? And you got these guys, oh, it's LeBron James' fault. It's because I wish LeBron James leaves the Lakers. I wish Anthony Davis leaves the Lakers. So the truth can be exposed that this organization is trash. And this organization is being ran into the ground by 2 drunk Real Housewives of Hollywood. It's trash. And nobody's going to keep it real because they're women. This organization is trash. How the hell is you listening to Linda Rambis about basketball advice? How the hell you taking the word of Kurt Rambis over the word of Magic Johnson, your so-called brother? How do you expect Rob Pelinka to be the GM of your team when he has personal beef with damn near all the GMs in the league? It's crazy. This is life. This is the real world. What goes around comes around. And I knew Friday night. When there was no deal done and Dan Hurley was on a plane back to the East Coast to watch a concert in New York, that this thing wasn't going down. And all these theatrics and all these police escort and all this press conference stuff at UConn, all of that was a big whole thing to tell the Lakers, no thank you, in embarrassing fashion. Miss Terry, I appreciate you with the $10 super chat. She says, keep cooking, Moose. Much love. Much love to you too, Miss Terry. I appreciate it. Hopefully you had a great weekend and having a great Monday. I appreciate you. You know that. Exactly, 2 cents. Exactly. But you announce an interview when you have ulterior motives. You announce an interview when you have ulterior motives. Both Dan Hurley and Jeanie Buss had ulterior motives. Golden State, what up, my guy? That's all it was. It was just a hot date. That's all it was. It was a hot date. It was a chance for him and the wife to get on a private jet, go to LA, kick it on a Friday, get flown back out to the East Coast. You know what I mean? It's a little whining and dining so your boo can get jealous and do what you wanted her to do. That's all it was. And UConn had all this time since the national championship to get a contract extension done with Dan Hurley. But it took him flirting with the Lakers for UConn to pay Dan Hurley and Dan Hurley to stay where he already wanted to stay. Exactly. And now the players' morale is better. There's more excitement. You have a top 5 team coming back. You got great players coming back. You got a great class. And you got a chance to win back to back to back NCAA championships. And you got a chance to be the king of your hill instead of a small fish in a big pond that is the NBA. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And all this stuff about Dan Hurley being the number one choice from the beginning, that's all fluff made up by Dan Hurley's boy, Adrian Wojnarowski. Because if that was the case, Adrian Wojnarowski would have told us weeks ago. Weeks ago. Weeks ago. It's crazy. Y'all smash that like button and share the video, man. Y'all get them likes up, man. Get them likes up, man. Get them likes up. But trust me, Laker fans is going to give Jeanie Buss another pass for this. They're going to blame Rob Pelinka, even though Rob Pelinka is just doing whatever Jeanie Buss tells them to do. And believe me, that's how it's going down. And then everybody else, non-Laker fans and LeBron James haters, they gonna blame LeBron. And you guys are gonna continue to give Jeanie Buss and Linda Rambis and Kurt Rambis and Phil Jackson and that whole little clique a pass. And they're banking on LeBron James staying so they can milk the final years of LeBron James and grease their pockets off a farewell tour. And LeBron James might hit them with a trump card this offseason. So all these fake fans and all these other people that want LeBron James to leave so bad, you're probably going to get your wish when he surprises the Lakers. And all you people who've been bashing Anthony Davis and calling him soft and saying he could leave too, when he requests a trade, don't say nothing. When the Lakers go 20-62 and 21-61 in the next 3-4 years, I don't want to hear no whining. I don't want to hear you guys with pitchforks and fire to the feet of Jeanie Buss. I won't want to hear it then. I won't want to hear it then. Believe me, man. Man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Salute to my chat. I got the realest chat on YouTube, man. It ain't many of us, but less is more, so there's plenty of us, man. I appreciate you guys, man. I was off the past few days, had to take care of some personal matters, but I'm back, and I'm back cooking, and we going to keep cooking. We got to talk about these NBA finals. Kyrie Irving, my brother, I love you, but where have you been? Where have you been? You shot Juneteenth after game 1, game 2. You shoot 7 of 18. The crowd has you rattled. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown have you D'd up. Luka Doncic, you got to stop trying to cook from 30 feet away and post these guys up, because every time you posting the Celtics up, they have no answer for you. You got to get your role players involved and not wait until the third quarter to try to get your role players involved. We're going to talk about all of that, man. We're going to talk about all of that, man. We got a lot to talk about, man. And as far as this Lakers situation goes, it's going to continue to get ugly before it gets pretty, man. Y'all smash that like button, share the video, man. The link to the Cash App is in the description and on your screen if you would like to donate to the channel. All funds go back to building this channel. I got a vision for this channel. We are nowhere near done. We got some big things in store. Super chats are always welcome. And also, if you want to become an official member of the channel, the link to that is in the description. I'm about to get up out of here for now, family, man. Peace and love. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, man. Dan Hurley turns down the Lakers job in embarrassing fashion. 6 years, $70 million. Jeanie Buss, you got some egg on your face. No head coach in place, and the draft is 2 weeks away, man. I'm going to let the outro sing, man. I'm out of here, man. Once again, you already know it's your boy Moose Talk Troops. Like I always say, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and hit the like button. You already know. It's a lot of things in this world that cost, but hitting the like button ain't